Time now for Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Saskatchewan, and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Woods Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
To the fishes in the deep blue sea, yours to you and me.
Time now for Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Saskatchewan, and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Woods Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
To the fishes in the deep blue sea, yours to you and me.
Hello and welcome to Her Baker Field here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Welcome to the pregame show for this matinee game against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. A little late array. We were supposed to get underway around 11:35 today. And then due to some rain as we got here, it was pushed back. And I think we're going to be set for a 1 o'clock first pitch now here in Fond du Lac. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, as mentioned, and the Frogs are facing off against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders for the first time in team history. Of course, the Dock Spiders joining the Northwoods League, one of the two expansions team from this past year, as they are in their inaugural season here in 2017. They were the team that was added to the South Division, as the Bismarck Larks were added to the North Division. We'll take a look at the scores around the league here on the pregame show. It is Double Header Tuesday There's 5 doubleheaders going on today in the Northwoods League. All 5 doubleheaders, in fact, or rather 4 of the 5, are from the South Division. The Kalamazoo Growlers faced off against the Battle Creek Bombers this morning. The Growlers take a 12-1 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Growlers came into the game on an 11-game losing streak, the worst in Northwoods League. So they were due for a win. They get one against their Michigan rivals. The St. Cloud Rocks facing off against the Bismarck Larks. They lead 8-5 in Bismarck. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, of course, in the pregame here at Fond du Lac. The Kenosha Kingfish and the Lakeshore Chinooks game is currently delayed due to rain. That's the first game of their doubleheader. The Lakeshore Chinooks lead 1-0. Top of the 5th inning in Wausau, the Wisconsin Woodchucks trail the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 2-1. The Rockford Rivets in a doubleheader matchup against the Madison Mallards currently trail 1-0 in the bottom of the, or rather top of the 2nd inning in Madison. So the game's going to go on later today. Thunder Bay against the Wortley Bucks, Homer Stingers against the Rochester Hunkers. Of course, Game 2 against the Kingfish Chinooks. Game 2 against the Rivets and Mallards. Game 2 against the Growlers and Mars. The La Crosse Loggers are hosting the Eau Claire Express. And, of course, Game 2 of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Game 2 against the Green Bay Bullfrogs against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders will be in Green Bay. You'll catch that game at Joe Annie Stadium. And then, of course, the Duluth Huskies will face off against the Mankato Moondog later on tonight. Your starting lineup for the Dock Spiders will come on after we take a break, as the national anthem is about to be played here in Fond du Lac. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on WOCO Sports Stream.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site, whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines. They'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs, about to get underway here with the first inning here in Fond du Lac. Of course, there was a delay earlier today as there was some rain that set in. When the Bullfrogs arrived this morning around 10 o'clock or so, there was a steady rain. It was just kind of miserable to stand in, one of those rains. It wasn't light. You couldn't really have batting practice or anything else like that. And so the game was called that it was going to be delayed. It was just a matter of how long it would be. And so the Bullfrogs hopped back on the bus and actually went out to a local mall to walk around and waste some time during the rain delay, as there's no clubhouse. So they were stuck on the bus. So Chris Sabo, the bus driver, decided, hey, let's take the guys out to the mall, let them walk around and stretch their legs a little bit before the game so that they're not just sitting on the bus for the next hour and a half or so. But they're back here in Fond du Lac for the first game of this 2-game home and home doubleheader. The way it works out is that Bay, of course, playing their first game here today, will face off against the Dock Spiders. Because of the game that's going on later today, there will not be an inning that goes past 4:45. So after this game, they're going to hop on the bus and travel back to Green Bay to face off in Joe Annie Stadium. It's the first time in the history of Green Bay Bullfrogs, and they faced off against the Dock Spiders, of course, a new team to the league. The starting lineup for your Green Bay Bullfrogs. Start batting first and playing center field, Alonzo Jones. Aaron Pleschner will be at shortstop, batting second. Batting third in the designated hitter today, Troy Johnston. Batting fourth and the right fielder, Tanner Poole. Batting fifth and the third baseman, Willie Bourbon. Batting sixth and playing left field, Mikey Falia. And in the 7-hole, playing first base again, will be Brad Hamilton. Batting eighth and behind the plate at catcher, Zach Plunkett. And in the 9-hole, at second base, will be Grant Frazier. The lineup for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders goes Thomas Lovano at shortstop, Luke Majeri at designated hitter, Oren Vayon, the center fielder, Andrew Bullock, the first baseman, Nick Fortes, the catcher, Colton Neal, the left fielder. Playing second base, Chris Cornelius. Batting eighth and playing right field, Joe Bro. And in the 9-hole, playing third base, Alex Ronnebaum. About to get underway here for the first pitch. Top of the 9th inning, Alonzo Jones, the righty out of Vanderbilt University, squares in. On the mound for the Dock Spiders is Johnston. First pitch he throws is a ball that runs high, 1-0. Connor Johnson on the mound, the left-handed hurler out of Catawba College. Tosses another ball in there. 2-0 count now, no outs on the board. 2-0. Low and inside. Jones moves ahead in the count, 3-0. Jones stands back in. The right-handed hitter here. He's a switch hitter. The 3-0 runs inside, just finds the corner of the strike zone there on the inside side. 3 balls, 1 strike here, no outs on the board. The 3-1. Swung on, fly ball right side, foul territory. Will it be playable? No. Bounces one time and then makes its way into the dugout of the Bullfrogs. Jones coming into the contest for the Frogs. Of course, just 10 at-bats, has played in 3 games and has just 1 hit for a 100 batting average. Playing center field for the Bullfrogs, making a transition from second base. The payoff pitch swung on, line drive right field, and that will drop fair. It'll be the second hit of the season for Alonzo Jones and the first of the day for the Bullfrogs. So a runner at first base now after the Alonzo Jones line drive out into right field. We'll bring up Aaron Pleschner, the shortstop. Pleschner, of course, out of San Jose State University, stands in. Got some relief at shortstop his last time up after Grant Frazier came over and played some shortstop for the Frogs. Give him a little break. It was just the second game that Pleschner didn't find himself at shortstop this season. Righty stands in. Johnson delivers. Pleschner shows bunt, but pulls it back. It was outside for a ball, 1-0. Pleschner supporting a .286 batting average on the season. Good for 4th best on the team. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Dock Spiders in their all-whites today with the blue accents. Of course, Green Bay in their alternatives per usual. Pleschner stands in. The 1-1 offering. Jones off from first, and they have him in a pickoff. He slides in, but he's safe. Jones uses his speed to get over to second base. Sabo's been given his Frogs the green light if they have the ability to take off. And a Jones, as I've mentioned before, the kid runs a 6'1", 60. Was good for best on grass ever when he ran it. I think it's been broken since, but he did it at the Perfect Game Combine back in high school. Speedy guy. And Vanderbilt now stands in scoring position at second, and Pleschner digs back in with the 1-1 count. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, ground ball left side. A nice play by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. It was a grounder that bounced a few times to the right of Alex Runabaugh. Diving, manages to stop it from escaping into the outfield. From his knees, makes the throw across the field, and it beats out Aaron Pleschner by about 3 steps or so. Jones can't do anything but jog on back to second, and so after a phenomenal defensive play, the Bullfrogs have one out on the board, and Troy Johnston will stand in. First pitch he sees was a breaking ball that just misses the zone, 1-0. Troy Johnston, of course, normally an outfielder for the Bullfrogs, gets his first start at designated hitter today. The left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fly ball into shallow center field. Charging forward is Oren Vayon, and no one gets there. Alonzo Jones runs on over to third base and gets there safely. And Troy Johnston gets on base over at first with a hit. It was a fly ball in shallow center field. Oren Vayon kind of jogs forward. It looks like he's going to make an easy out there. And then all of a sudden he starts sprinting forward because he realized he misread the fly ball, and it just drops in between of no man's land between the center fielder, shortstop, and second baseman. All three of them there to watch it drop to the ground. And just like that, runners on the corners now for Tanner Poole, the right fielder. It's his first at-bat in a Bullfrogs uniform. Swings at the first pitch he sees and misses, 0-1. Tanner Poole, of course, coming off of that super regional run with Mississippi State University, was a outfielder for the Bulldogs, where he would appear in quite the many games this past season for Mississippi State. The 0-1 delivery. Swung on, line drive right field. That falls fair. That'll be a base hit for Tanner Poole, and it's his first hit on the year. Poole rounds first and will get to second after it looked like the right fielder out there, Joe Bro, took his time picking it up. Tanner Poole noticed it and charged on to second. And Alonzo Jones comes across to score for the Bullfrogs. They take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Tanner Poole, welcome to Green Bay. A double in his first at-bat and RBI to boot. The Bullfrogs now have 3 hits here in the top of the first inning and 2 runners in scoring position at second and third as Willie Bourbon, the third baseman out of Northwestern, digs in. Left-handed batter stands in. First pitch he sees. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Bourbon comes into the at-bat batting .243 for the Frogs. The last time out, managed to go 2 for 4 in a loss against the Rivets. Johnson takes a breath, kicks his leg, delivers the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Bourbon falls behind 0-2. Bourbon stands in. Connor Johnson comes set. The sun has escaped from the clouds here. Now it's a sunny sky. 0-2 pitch swung on. Fly ball left side that falls out of play in foul territory. 0-2. A little soft swing from Johnson there, just defending the plate. Fouls it off. 0-2 count still. 1 out on the board. Runner at second and third. Over at third base, of course, Troy Johnston, who got on with the fly ball that just managed to fall fair in shallow center. And Tanner Poole standing over at second. The 0-2. Outside for a ball, 1-2. So Tanner Poole with an RBI double. Going to start off his career as a Bullfrog. He's a big guy. Looks like he has the ability to be a good ball player. Bourbon stands in. The 1-2. Swung on. Ground ball left side to the third baseman. He stares down the runner going to first, rather home. Realizes he's not going to be able to beat him out and throws it over to first to get the out. So it's a fielder's choice RBI for Willie Bourbon. He's got an RBI in 2 straight games now. Of course, as he hit the sacrifice RBI in the bottom of the 8th inning to give the Bullfrogs the lead in their last time out against the Rivets. But now a runner in second, and Tanner Poole And 2 outs on the board now after the fielder's choice. Bullfrogs lead 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Mikey Falia stands in, swings at the first pitch he sees. Screaming liner right side, out of play. 0-1. Mikey Falia, of course, last time out would go 3 for 4 in his debut as a Bullfrog. Would come around to score twice and would post an RBI and a walk. Watches the first one to go by. Low and inside. 1-1. Johnson out on the mound for the Rockford Rivets has appeared in, the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders has appeared in 3 games this season and has a 2-0 record. The 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop, scoops it up, double step, throw to first in time. Beats out Falia by a couple of steps. A nice play from Thomas Lavano. That'll do it for the top of the first inning. Bullfrogs get on the board first. They lead 2-0 here after the half inning. We'll move back to the bottom half after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, here in Baker Field. Of course, on the campus of Marina College? Some type of school around here. Supports some blue colors, and that's what the stands look like here. It's a nice facility here at the baseball park. Some grandstands about 10 rows deep on the left side and right side. It goes all the way down past the dugouts. And then about 10 rows in front of the press box here that just sits probably 25 or 15 feet high above field level. Not too far up here in Fond du Lac, but it's a nice press box, that's for sure. The Dock Spiders put in a couple $1 million to expand this stadium recently. Of course, it's their inaugural season here. And it's a nice crowd here of some young folks that came in from, I think, some local boys and girls clubs possibly, that came in for the early afternoon game. So Andy Archer out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. He gets the start. He's 0-1 on the season, but supporting a relatively very well ERA. First pitch he throws is low in the dirt for a ball, a 1-0. Archer has supporting the 3rd best ERA on the team in 9 2/3 innings, has allowed just 2 earned runs, walked 9 and struck out 6. 1-0 pitch comes in for a strike, 1-1. He stands in the 1-1 delivery. That one misses the zone. 1-2. Zach Plunkett behind the plate calling the signs for the Bullfrogs here. Of course, Plunkett with the big arm for the Bullfrogs, one of the best defensive catchers on the roster. 2-1 pitch comes outside, or rather inside by the shoes for a 3-1 count. Archer stands in. The righty rocks back, delivers a 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled up and away. Full count. Archer's lone decision on the season was a loss to the Wisconsin Rapids, where he would give up 4 runs, but just 1 earned. Just 4 hits allowed in the contest. Would walk 3, strike out none. Payoff pitch swung on, ground ball straight to Aaron Pleshner at shortstop, throw across the field to Brad Hamilton's in time for the first out. Brad Hamilton, of course, normally a catcher for this Bullfrogs team. We saw him play left field for the majority of the season, really, as there's 3 catchers on the roster for the Frogs, so it's tough to get reps in for all 3 of the guys. But Brad Hamilton, athletic enough and a good enough baseball player to be able to get thrown out into left field, and then now finds himself at first base after they need some help over there. First pitch that the new batter Luke Majeri sees runs low in the zone, 1-0. Fond du Lac, of course, in their inaugural season here in the Northwoods League, doing pretty good for attendance already, averaging about 800 or so. Of course, a slighter crowd here today, as you would imagine for a 1 o'clock matinee. And the 1-0 pitch finds the outside of the plate for a ball. Or doesn't find it, rather, I should say. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. That one's outside. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out on the board. Infielders at a little depth here. 1 out on the board. Bullfrogs lead 2-0 here at the bottom of the first. Of course, we in Green Bay at 7 o'clock for the first doubleheader of the season for the Bullfrogs. 3-0 pitch. That one's low. 4 pitches, 4 balls in the first walk of the day for either team, but this one will go to Andy Archer as he stands over at Luke Majeri, who's now at first base. That'll bring up Oren Veillon, the center fielder. Veillon out of University of New Orleans. Grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. First pitch he sees, fastball swung on, a sky-rocketed fly ball, or rather pop-off. That lands even behind the press box here. That sits relatively far away from home plate. Not the biggest of a backstop here. If you sit right behind home plate, you feel like you're just about on the field. So 1 delivery. That one runs high, 1-1. There's no dimensions here at the field. But does it not look like a tiny park, or does it look like it runs very deep? I'd say 340 or so down the lines. The 1-1. Runs a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out on the board. Bullfrogs, of course, coming off their off day, their first off day of the season before they go on a 28-game tear without an off day. Nearly a month. The 2-1. Runs inside for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike here. Bullfrogs, of course, tomorrow will face off at home against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters, the hottest team in the Northwoods League. They have won something. Well, I could tell you exactly just by their record how many games they've won in their last however many games it is, as they sit at 17-2. So they've won 17 of their last 19. However, they did lose 2 games ago to stop their 15-game winning streak. Veillon takes a huge cut at the 3-1 pitch. Misses everything. Full count now with 1 out on the board and a runner at first and a man Jerry. Pitcher shakes off a pitch in time. Oren Veillon steps back out. Center fielder steps in now, the right-handed hitter. Louisiana. The payoff. Swung on, fouled away. Right side. A couple of guys spent their off days doing some stuff, and the other guys, just kind of sat around and took some relaxation in. A few guys, of course, just took the day to rest, so lay in bed all day. Of course, as you can imagine, Playing 20 games in a row is not the easiest of feats. Payoff pitch. Runs inside for ball 4. It's the second batter in a row that Andy Archer has walked, and now runners at first and second. Worth noting, I will not be able to see the bullpens, but maybe just a little bit if someone starts warming up on either side. It's an interesting press box situation. The main press box members are well to the right of home plate. But here where I am, just to the left of them, I'm at a nice view, basically right behind the platter. Woco offering outside for a ball. Or rather, the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0, I should say. New batter up, Andrew Bollock, first baseman, stands in. A big, hefty guy. Left-hander. Out of Western Carolina. Woco offering outside for a and Chris Marston's going to come out and have a quick word with him as well, as Archer has not found the strike zone here early. Looking at his coach, Chris Marston's right in the eye, shakes his head. Marston's just trying to explain things to him here. Find the strike zone. We'll keep you out here. I'm sure is what he's saying to him. As Marston has preached time and time again, he wants his pitchers to just throw strikes. The amount of walks this season that the Bullfrogs have thrown is almost quite miraculous. It has been quite a many. There's been many a games where multiple balls and walks have been thrown, and by multiple I mean there's been at least 5 games this season where Bullfrogs pitchers have walked 10 batters. The 2-0 fouled off, 2-1. The Bullfrogs on as a team have walked the second most amount of batters in the entire Northwoods League. The only other team that would walk more would be the Kalamazoo Growlers, who have walked 3 more this season. The 2-1 swung on, fly ball left field, tracking to his right is Falia, gets underneath of it, grabs it, and makes the second out. Runners will stay at first and second. So a fly out to right field will bring up Nick Fortes, the catcher. Nick Fortes comes into the game for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Having a solid season. Out of Ole Miss, grew up in DeLand, Florida. Just finished up his sophomore season where he batted a 194 for the Rebels. Archer, the right-handed pitcher out of Georgia Tech, stands in. Checks the runner at second, comes home. Breaking ball that does not find the zone. It was low, 1-0. Supporting a .227 batting average. The 1-0. Swung on, fly ball to right field. That might find the gap. Tracking to his right is Tanner Poole, and he gets underneath of it and it makes the grab for the third out. Promising off the bat, but Tanner Poole retires it. 3 outs on the board. That'll do it for the first frame. We move on to the second. Bullfrogs lead 2-0. Dock Spiders leave 2 stranded. That'll do it. We'll move on to the second inning. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs here at Herb Baker Field on the campus of Marian College. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs, about to get underway with the top of the second inning where your Green Bay Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. It came off of an RBI double from Tanner Poole and then a Fielder's choice RBI off the bat of Willie Bourbon. Due up now for the Frogs will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Brad Hamilton, Zach Plunkett, and Grant Frazier. Brad Hamilton leading this Bullfrogs team in batting average, comes into the game supporting a very solid batting average of, course, .364. First pitch he sees, takes a cut and misses, 0-1. 1-1, the 0-1 pitch, rather, comes in, and it's inside for a ball, 1-1. The next pitch is inside for a ball, 2 balls, 1 strike now. No outs on the board for the Kent State product, Brad Hamilton. Hamilton batting .364 on the season. As mentioned, that number was all the way up to .464 at one point this year when he led the Northwoods League in batting average. 2-1 pitch ran low. The 3-1 offering swung on and missed. Full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton's been striking out quite often here of late. 5 strikeouts in one game the other day. Payoff pitch swung on, found away right side. Hamilton, his last time out, however, would belt a home run for his lone hit on the day against the Rockford Rivets. That 2-run shot tied up the game in the bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch runs high, and Brad Hamilton gets on base with a walk, and he emphatically throws his back over to the dugout. I've talked about just how much passion this guy plays with, and sure enough, you can tell he's happy about that walk. Gets on base safely over at first now as Zach Plunkett, the catcher, squares in. Plunkett struggling this season at the plate for the Bullfrogs, batting just .150 or so on the season. He stands in. The 1-0 delivery to him. Swung on. Right side, foul territory, falls foul. Count moves to 0-2. Plunkett batting .170 on the season. I was having a hard time finding his name in the stat sheet, but there it is. Batting .170 on the year, which has really improved. Was below 100 for majority of the season, but has gotten quite on the better side of things here recently. The right-handed hitter out of the University of Arkansas. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. The first K of the day for Johnston, and Zach Plunkett will walk back to the dugout, and Grant Frazier, the Central Michigan University product, stands in. Grant Frazier struggling this year at the plate as well for the Frogs. Frazier batting just .114, but that's a number that has improved. It was below .050 at one point this year, but has now recorded a hit in those last 2 games. Swings at the first pitch he sees, line drive in right center field. That will drop fair. Brad Hamilton rounding second, going to get to third, and he will get there standing up. Grant Frazier with a belting line around to right center field, drops fair. It's his 3rd hit in 3 games now for the Frogs, and runners on the corner for Alonzo Jones. Jones would get just his 2nd base hit of the season, his last at bat, and would come around to score. So Frazier single advances Brad Hamilton all the way over to third. And Jones will square in a batting righty here. A switch hitter out of Columbus, Georgia. First pitch he sees, fastball, swings at it. Liner to the second baseman, but he can't handle it. A run will come in and score. That'll likely go down as an error. We'll get the official word of it soon. But off of the bat, it looked like it might be a double play potential, and it could possibly end the inning as it's a hot shot grounder to the second baseman, Chris Cornelius. It looks like he might be able to catch it in the air possibly, and just, however, can't do it as it bounces right in front of his glove, nearly almost, deflected off of his glove there and sprinkled to his right into the center field grass. Hamilton comes across to score. Frazier slides into second. And Jones now in at first. It will be recorded an error against the second baseman, Chris Cornelius. So Brad Hamilton's able to score. He comes around. Jones now at first, and Grant Frazier at second. And Aaron Pleshner, the shortstop out of Redwood City, California, squares in. There is some field work going on out at second base. Grant Frazier, when he slid in, must have disrupted the plate possibly. Maybe the base came out of its hole there. And so the umpire, Grant Frazier, the second baseman, Cornelius, and Levano all staring down at it. And the coach has come out to try to make amends with it, as I think that Frazier might have dislodged it while he was sliding in. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful afternoon now. We got here today, and I thought that the game might even go back to Green Bay and they would try 2-7s at Joanne Stadium. But now the sun is out, hardly a cloud in the sky, and the wind is blowing. It was a little chilly earlier, but now with the sun beaming down, you can tell that it doesn't feel so uncomfortably cold. The wind whipping from center to left field. Out there, as there's an American flag in dead center field, whipping back and forth. Some trees out in center field. You can see a neighborhood over the left field wall. It's a fencing all around the outfield that supports some banners. Right field, there's some open fields back there. It's a pretty stadium. There's some hills in the background that you can see from the press box here that go relatively high. So you get a nice horizon view as well at this park. Not a bad place to play ball at all. There's a beer garden out in left field. And then in right field, it's just the bullpen for the Frogs. And some nice deals here. It's bang for your buck night, or afternoon rather. It was supposed to be morning, as mentioned, as there was a rain delay today. But nonetheless, they figured everything out over at second base, and Aaron Pleshner, the shortstop's going to dig in now. And Johnston's going to try to figure out the Frogs here as they have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. They put 2 across in the top of the first and already 1 across here in the top of the second, and they're not done. Runners at first and second. Frazier standing over at second, Jones at first. San Jose State product stands in. First pitch he sees, breaking ball that runs low, 1-0. Pleshner batting .286 on the year. His last time up went a 1 for 4 against the Rockford Rivets. The 1-0. Runners off, ball swung on. It's a flying ball into right field, and that's going to be an easy fly out for the Dock Spiders for the second out. And it was an attempted hit and run to try to get Jones all the way across, but Aaron Pleshner flies out to the right fielder, and the runners will stay at second and third as Troy Johnston digs in. Designated hitter on the day at a Gonzaga University has not been used here of recent, but he finds himself back in the lineup as the designated hitter. He's had a solid season at the plate for the Frogs thus far in his short time as a Bullfrog. Has managed to bat .314. He got here a little late. however, has really adapted into the role and was the key center fielder for this Frogs team while we waited for some other guys to come in. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Johnson, the second best batting average on the team at .314. The Bullfrogs struggling at the plate this season, a team batting average of just .231. Doc Spiders .341 respectively. 0-2 delivery runs high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on. Top of the second inning, and Bullfrogs lead 3-0. Johnson checks the runner at second and comes home with the 1-2. Outside for a ball. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the second. Connor Johnson stands in, stares down Troy Johnson at the plate, comes set at the hip, and delivers with the left-handed hurl. Fastball outside. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bullfrogs, of course, facing off again tonight at 7 o'clock against the Bullfrogs. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. The second strikeout of the inning for Johnston, and he gets down the inning with 2 stranded, but not before Brad Hamilton comes across to score on the error. That'll do it for the top of the second inning. On to the second we go. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University here at Herb Baker Field in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs, about to get underway with the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders will be Colton Neal. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters. First pitch that Neal sees goes by for a strike, 0-1. Chris Cornelius on deck, and then Joe Bro in the hole. 1-0 pitch, just misses the zone, evens it up, 1-1. Andy Archer, right-hander, steps back, delivers the 1-1 pitch, ground ball right side, that gets into the outfield for the second hit of, or rather the first hit of the day for the Dock Spiders. Comes off the bat of Colton Neal, and now he stands over at first base. Second baseman Grant Frazier can't do anything but chase it down. And so that will bring up Chris Cornelius, the second baseman. Throw back to first. Neal slides back in safely. So runner at first here. No outs on the board. Top, or rather bottom of the second. Bullfrogs with a 3-0 lead. One 1-0 count. One of the deliveries outside. 2 balls, no strikes here, no outs on the board. Archer nods his head at Plunkett, checks the runner over at first, kicks his leg, sends in the 2-0 pitch. It's a fly ball into deep center field. Tracking back is Alonzo Jones, and he makes the grab on the warning track. Throws it back in, and Neal will jog on back over to first base. A nice play from the center fielder out there, Alonzo Jones, backtracking to the warning track, throws the glove up and makes the grab for the first out. You gotta remember now, Alonzo Jones had an error the other day out there in center field. From time to time, he looks a little awkward out there. Well, it's because he's an infielder. He's played second base his whole life. But making a transition here, the first pitch that new batter sees launches a line drive into right field, but Tanner Poole gets underneath of it and grabs it for the second out. As Joe Bro wasted no time, squared in and launched one out into right field, but Tanner Poole's there to grab it for the second out. So just like that, after 2 pitches, 2 outs on the board now, and bottom of the lineup we go as the 9-hole hitter Alex Runnebaum squares in the third baseman. Lefty stands in. Runnebaum out of Arkansas University swings at the first pitch he sees. That's a fly ball into center field that drops fair. Landed in that similar position where Troy Johnson's did back in that first inning. Frazier and Aaron Pleshner sprinting back to try to get there, and it's just that little blooper that falls in no man's land. No shot for Jones, Frazier, or Pleshner to get there, and Neal's quick on his feet, rounds second, and slides into third safely. So runners at the corners now for the Dock Spiders with 2 outs on the board, and we're back up to the top of the lineup. Thomas Lovano squares in the shortstop. His last time up, grounded out to the shortstop, Aaron Pleshner. Andy Archer comes set, 2 runners on. First pitch he throws is inside for a ball. 1-0, just missing the inside elbow of Lovano. One-0 pitch, swung on, fly ball into center field. Sprinting forward is Jones. He gets underneath of it and makes the grab on the light jog for the third out. Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded for the second straight inning. That'll do it here for the second frame. On to the third we go. The Bullfrogs currently lead the Dock Spiders 3-0. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs, about to get underway with the top of the third inning here. It's still Connor Johnson out there hurling for the Dock Spiders, and due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Tanner Poole already on the day with a double RBI. He would score that run, or rather hit in that run in that first inning that would score Alonzo Jones. Nonetheless, the righty out of Mississippi State squares in. This past season for Mississippi State had a relatively solid season, batting around 240 or so. Swings at the first pitch he sees and misses 0-1. Of course, that's the Mississippi State team that managed to make it all the way to the Super Regionals before getting knocked out. 0-1 pitch finds the inside of the zone, 0-2. Asked Tanner Poole about of course, playing in the College World Series and what it was like, and basically just was really upset about the fact that they were eliminated. Of course, he wanted to play for a ring. Fouls off the 0-2 pitch. Will stay at 0-2. Poole was of course, transfer out of Itawamba Community College, as the 0-2 offering just misses the zone 1-2. At Itawamba, he would hit .378 with 39 RBIs, 6 homers, and 26 stolen bases. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was the first team All-Valley League as well back during his freshman season. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. As Poole walks on back to the dugout, the third strikeout of the night for Johnston. Then we'll bring up the 5-spot hitter, Willie Bourbon. Bourbon would hit into a fielder's choice, but snag an RBI on it back in that first inning. The lefty out of Northwestern stands in, where this past season for the Wildcats, he hit around 190 or so. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball right side. Might have been a broken bat on that one. And he jogs on in over to first base. And sounded funny off the bat. And it's an easy play for the second baseman, Chris Cornelius. He just kind of underhand tosses it over to the first baseman, and he grabs it for the second out. So 2 outs on the board, and Mikey Falia will stand in. The righty out of UC Irvine. First pitch he sees, fastball, runs outside and low, 1-0. Mikey Falia, of course, out of UC Irvine, where this past season for the Anteaters saw limited playing time. Just 11 at-bats. 1-0 pitch, runs high, 2 balls and no strikes. He would manage 3 hits in those 11 at-bats for the Irvines. For the Anteaters, rather, for a .273 batting average. 2-0 pitch, runs low in the dirt. 3-0. Back in high school, though, he was first team all-conference for his .380 batting average and was an all-city quarterback. 3-0. Swung on, ground ball up the middle of the field. Running to his left is the shortstop. Throw to first. Not in time. Mikey Falia is able to beat out the throw from Thomas Laveno as he kind of stumbled right before he would throw the ball over to first base. As he's over there smoothing out the dirt over near the second base bag. I think he did. It was a nice play from the shortstop, Laveno, to get there in time to scoop it up. But when he's going to do a little hop step to throw it over to first, he kind of trips a little bit, and the throw's not in time, and Mikey Falia is able to beat out the throw for an infield single. It's the 5th hit of the day for the Frogs. Brad Hamilton now squares in for the Bullfrogs, the right-handed hitter out of Kent State University. Of course, leading this Bullfrogs team in batting average at .364 coming into the contest. He would be walked his last time up. Connor Johnson comes set, kicks his leg, delivers. 0-1 pitch, check swing. Fouled off, 0-2. Hamilton, of course, 2 days ago celebrated his birthday. You know, I think he had a pretty good birthday as well, as he hit a 2-run shot to tie up the game against the Rivets for the birthday boy. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off right side. We'll stay at 0-2. Brad Hamilton this past season for the Golden Flashes would appear in 27 games and hit .239 with 12 RBIs. The 0-2. Runner off from first, swung on, a belting fly ball right field. Hamilton early on it. Nearly goes way early on it, in fact, as it gets out of the stands there. will stay at 0-2. Hamilton stays alive. O2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball right field. It's going to be in foul territory. Tracking back is the right fielder, and they're going to call it foul. Joe Bro leaping to try to make the grab, but he overruns it as it looks like. It falls behind him. It was a nice read from Joe Bro out there, but he can't make the snag. It fell just a foot or two to the right of that right field line. But Joe Burrow can't make the play on it. It would have been an impressive play out there for the right fielder. But nonetheless, Hamilton stands back in an 0-2 count. Falia at first. He takes off. Swung on. High pop up in the infield. And the shortstop can't make the play on it. And now Brad Hamilton's caught in a pickle between first and second. And that one gets away from the shortstop. Hamilton slides in, and they make the tag. It's a pop-up that the second baseman, Thomas Levano, lost in the sun. It falls in play. Brad Hamilton was rounding first base simply because he thought, oh, it's going to be an easy out. I'll just round out this to go out to the dugout and get my glove and go over to first base. But it falls in fair play. Levano picks it up and throws it over to first, and Brad Hamilton's caught between the pickle. The throw over to second base was actually low in the dirt, so Levano had to pick it up, and Hamilton tries to avoid the tag and can. Levano threw it down on him before he could touch the bag, and Hamilton thought that he had gotten there safely. He was frustrated with himself. Nonetheless, it was the third out, and the Bullfrogs leave one stranded in scoring position. That'll do it for the top of the third inning. We'll come back with the bottom of the third after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at O'Connell Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac. New batter up for the Dock Spiners will be Luke Majeri. Watches the first one go by for a strike, 0-1. Andy Archer nods his head. The Georgia Tech product rocks back, sends in a breaking ball that finds the outside of the zone. And Majeri goes back in the count, 0-2. Majeri, the designated hitter today for the Dock Spiners, was walked his last time up. Archer sends in the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, the first K of the day for Andy Archer. That'll bring up Oren Veillon, the center fielder. He was walked his last time up. Fond du Lac coming off of a series win against the Lakeshore Chinooks. They would win the first two games of the series. 8-0 Dock Spiners favor, and then a 12-5 Dock Spiners win. Or rather, they would win the first and third games of the series. Of course, a postponement from the rain out that was back on Monday, which saw many of Northwood's league teams get postponed. Of course, the Bullfrogs game postponed all the way back into August. 0-1 delivery. Can't find the zone, 0-2. 0-2 count here, one out on the board. Veillon stands in. Archer rocks back, sends in the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. It was outside. That was close. 1-2. So the Dock Spiders beat the Lakeshore Chinooks their last time out on Sunday. And would split the Saturday doubleheader against the Chinooks. 1-2 pitch swung on, ground ball left side to the left of that third base bag. 1-2. Of course, would win the first game of that doubleheader back on Saturday, 8-0 before dropping the 9-7 decision on the second day. Both games at home for the Spiders. So their second doubleheader in 4 days. Time is called as Vayon steps out, swings his back, and steps back in. A 1-2 count. Archer sends in the 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. The second strikeout in a row for the Georgia Tech guy. That'll bring up Andrew Bollock, the first baseman. Bullock, would fly out to left field his last time up. Bullock, of course, out of Western Carolina. Grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia, not too far from my hometown, just about 10 minutes or so out of the way. Went to Grassfield High School. He swings at the first pitch he sees and misses 0-1. Of course, Chesapeake, Virginia, home to many a great baseball players over the years. The Upton brothers and David Wright would just be two to name. The 1-2 pitch finds the outside the plate, 0-2 as Archer has found his groove out on the bump. Of course, home to D'Angelo Hall, Darryl Tapp, Cam Chancellor, many of NFL and MLB greats. The 0-2 offering swung on and missed. Strike 3. Put them in a row. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts in a row for Andy Archer. Will end the third inning. On to the fourth inning we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on WOCO Sports Stream.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
American Inn Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, about to get underway with the top of the fourth inning. The Bullfrogs lead the Dock Spiders 3-0. It comes off of an RBI double from Tanner Poole, a fielder's choice RBI from Willie Bourbon, and an error on the second baseman, Chris Cornelius. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 8-9 hitters. And Zach Plunkett, the catcher, will dig in to start things off here in the fourth inning. Plunkett stands in, watches the first one go by for a strike, a fastball right across the platter, 0-1. Zach Plunkett, out of the University of Arkansas, stands in, check swing, it was outside, 1-1. The Frogs with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the fourth as we approach the 2 o'clock hour. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Zach Plunkett trying to get in a groove at the plate. of course, struggled this past, or rather 2 years ago for TCU. He takes a cut of the 1-2 pitch. It's a blooper over to third base and an easy grab for Alex Schronebaum, who grabs it for the first down. Of course, Plunkett, a transfer out of TCU where he batted just 167 during his career, but was part of that College World Series team and was a defensive catcher that was used often for the Horned Frogs, as he would appear in 39 games. First pitch that Grant Frazier sees, he fouls it back into the backstop, 0-1. Frazier struggling coming into the game, but got a base hit his last time up. 1-1 count here. Of course, is now on a 3-game hit streak. Of course, you'd say about a week ago, Frazier didn't even have 3 hits to his name. The 1-1 pitch runs inside for a ball, 2-1. So knock on wood, but Frazier figuring things out here in the Northwoods. Righty stands in, the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board. One game has gone final today. That was the 11:05 matchup against the Growlers and the Bombers. The Growlers cut their losing streak. They win 13-1 over the Bombers. 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled away. Will stay at 2-2. Of course, the Growlers due up for a win. I was starting to almost feel bad for them. There's been many a times where they had the lead going into the 9th inning and would squander it. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, 2 up, 2 down here. In the 4th, will bring up the leadoff man, Alonzo Jones. Alonzo Jones squares in. He's batting 167 on the season after managing a base hit his last time up. Jones, the batting right-handed here, the switch hitter. First pitch he sees. Fastball swung on, line drive left field. Tracking to his left is the left fielder. Does he make the grab? He does. A diving catch from Colton Neal out into left field. Laying out to grab that one. Has to absolutely leap in the air and catch it on the fly to stop Johnson from probably getting all the way over to third. It was a phenomenal hit there by Jones, but the left fielder Neal grabs it for the third out. The Bullfrogs go down in order, 1, 2, 3. It was the first time they've done that all season, or rather day, excuse me. And that will do it for the top of the 4th. On to the bottom of the 4th we go. Bullfrogs lead 3-0.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative, where many of the services are low-cost or no-cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecourt Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marion University, or college, whatever one it is. I think it might be college. Nonetheless, due up for the Dock Spiders will be Nick Fortes, Colton Neal, and Chris Cornelius. The catcher Fortes, right-handed hitter, stands in and watches the first one go by for a ball. 1-0 was a nice pitch from Archer, but just a bit low. Archer knocks his head, rocks back, delivers. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded left side. That is fair. That'll be an E5. Bourbon hit it with his glove while he was running towards it. He was going to make the throw over to first. And it will actually be scored and hit. And that will bring up the new batter, Colton Neal. Almost works as a bunt there. A little swinging bunt, you could say. As it bounces up and down on that third base line, Bourbon can't do anything about it. Neal squares in and shows bunt, but pulls it away because it was outside, 1-0. Throw over to first. Not in time. Nick Fortes slides back in safely. And Andy Archer, right-handed pitcher here, stands in. The wind whipping out into center field. The 1-0 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. A sunny day now here in Fond du Lac after the rain was, after the game was delayed due to rain earlier today. Honestly, I really thought that we were going to have to go back into Green Bay and play 2 7-inning games. 2-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball to Grant Frazier at second, tossed to Pleschner at shortstop is in time. He's unable to make a throw over to at first. It looked like it might be a double play opportunity, but Frazier gets the first down over at second base as Pleschner can't manage a throw over to first in time. But he does get the leadoff runner and the first down. So that will bring up the Chris Cornelius, second baseman. He's 0 for 1 on the day, would fly out to center his last time up after the 5-6 fielder's choice. First pitch he sees, or rather 4-6 fielder's choice. First pitch he sees a fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Righty stands in, swings at the 0-1 offering, but fouls it away right side. Count moves to 0-2. Cornelius out of Missouri, grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, in fact. Just finished up his freshman season. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Won the starting job as the shortstop at Missouri. Was the first freshman to do that at the SEC program since 2008. He had a great season, and Mizzou really relied on him this past season. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. The fourth strikeout of the day for Andy Archer. And 2 outs on the board now as Joe Bro stands in. Joe Bro out of McLennan Community College, grew up in Tomball, Texas. Just finished up his sophomore season, where he batted .356 with a .614 slug percentage. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs outside and low, 1-0. Bro on the season batting just .216, has 5 RBIs on 8 hits. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled away, back past the press box here. 1-1. So a 1-1 count here. 2 outs on the board. A runner over at first. Andy Archer gives him a peek. Throws back over to first. But Fortes slides back in safely. A couple of guys in the Northwoods League actually from McLennan Community College. A nice baseball program that normally puts players into that next level of play. I'd say that I've just from the South Division, I've come across 3 to 4 players. Joe Burrow, of course, one of them. The starting right fielder for the Dock Spiders. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. A nice pitch there from Andy Fools. Bro, he chases it. 2-2. Back in 2016 for McLennan Community College, Bro would be second on the team with a .393 batting average. 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball that runs inside. Nearly hits Joe Bro, who's crowding the plate. Bro with an open stance, stands in. Fortes takes the lead at first. The payoff pitch, swung on, lined out left side foul, past the grandstand. Full count. The 5'11" left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. And Joe Bro stands in. 20-year-old lefty awaits Andy Archer's pitch. Archer comes set, delivers the payoff, swung on, ground ball to Aaron Pleschner. He fields it, hops, throws to first, and it's in time. Hamilton squeezes it for the third out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded, and Andy Archer gets out of the inning. He's hot out there on the mound for the Bullfrogs, and that does it for the fourth inning. On to the fifth we go. The Bullfrogs lead 5-0.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brewpub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brewpub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brewpub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Hello and welcome back to Her Baker Field here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs. About to get underway with the fifth inning here. Due up for the Frogs will be the 2-3-4 hitters as Aaron Pleschner, the San Jose State kid, digs in. The righty just finished up his sophomore season where he batted .273 for the Spartans. He would record 62 hits on the year, which was good for second best on the team. Watches the first one go by, a nice fastball from Johnson. Finds the zone 0-1. Pleschner for the Frogs this season batting .286. Been a guy that the Frogs have been able to rely on to get a hit in just about every contest. 0-1 offering. Runs low, 1-1. Pleschner this season found himself on an 11-game hit streak, but that would be squandered against the Rapids earlier this season. He stands in. Johnson deals the 1-1. It's swung on. It's a slow grounder to Levano at shortstop, but he fumbles with it, and Aaron Pleschner beats out the throw from him. Another error against this Doc Spider's team. It's the second of the day, and it's the second time the Frogs have managed to get a runner on a base because of it. Spider's shortstop, Thomas Levano, has a slow grounder coming towards him. He scoops it up, and then when he makes the transfer, it just kind of pops out of his glove. He scrambles to pick it up to try to make up for it, but the throw's not in time. In fact, it wasn't on target either, and Pleschner got back safely. Throw back to first to Bullock, but Pleschner just runs back safely. He doesn't even have to slide. Nonetheless, Troy Johnston, the Gonzaga product, will square in. Designated hitter on the day for the Frogs. Shows bunt, but pulls it away and falls down as he has to limbo away out of that one. A fastball coming right at his chin. 1-0. Troy Johnston, of course, the second best batting average on the team at .314. Comes into the game on a tear. 9-game hit streak currently for Troy Johnston, as the 1-0 pitch finds the strike 1-1, which includes a 5-for-5 day for the Gonzaga guy, as well as a 3-for-4 day. Those were back-to-back. 1-1. Swung on, line drive, or rather fly ball into shallow right center field. Running for it is the right fielder, Andrew Bullock, and he gets underneath of it to grab it for the first down. Johnson with a nice swing, makes good contact, but just gets a little bit underneath of that one. It was hot off the bat, and even he can get square up to that one. That one might be over the right field wall over there. But nonetheless, an out on the board, and Tanner Poole, the towering right fielder, stands in. 6'3" guy out of Mississippi. Fouls back to first pitch he sees. Count moves to 0-1. Poole out of Armory, Mississippi. Plays for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And, of course, played his JUCO ball at Itawamba Community College. The righty stands in, awaiting the 0-1 delivery. Throw back to first. Pleshner walks back. Johnson worried about the San Jose State product. Of course, 10 stolen bases on the season, which is good for third best in the league. The 0-1 delivery, Pleshner off. Throw down from the catchers, not in time, and it's the 11th stolen base of the year for Aaron Pleshner. Pleshner now in scoring position at second base. Pleshner improving now after the stolen base to the lone possession of third in the league, as he was tied with Nick Vasic of Battle Creek. The 1-1. Pleshner with a suicidal lead. Goes by for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out on the board. Poole can manage a base hit here. You would be surprised if the speedy Pleshner comes around to score. Johnson takes a peek at Pleshner, comes home with the 2-1, throw back to second. Pleshner back safely. Johnson worried about the San Jose State kid. Throws it back over there. Cornelius nearly misses the ball on the throwback, which would have been bad for the Ducks Biters. They trail 3-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Pleshner off. Throw down from the catcher. Not in time. Pleshner steals his way all the way over to third base for his 12th stolen base of the year. Pleshner has been phenomenal on the base paths this season for the Frogs. Absolutely great. He's a guy that only stole 5 bases for his San Jose State team this past season. But with 12 on the year in the Northwoods League, the 3-1. Finds the inside corner. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Poole just needs to get the bat on the ball here. And the Bullfrogs could extend their lead. They lead 3-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out on the board. Pleshner at third. Johnson deals the payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tanner Poole's second strikeout in a row. A nice pitch from Johnson. And that'll bring up Willie Bourbon, the third baseman. Bourbon 0 for 2 on the day with a fielder's choice RBI. Bourbon comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, or rather comes into the at-bat for the Bullfrogs, supporting a .231 batting average. Lefty stands in, watches the breaking ball go by for a strike 0-1. Johnson out of Northwestern University, where back in 2016 would post a .250 batting average. Takes a cut at the 0-1 and fouls it back into the backstop netting. Count moves to 0-2 with 2 outs on the board. Bourbon stands in, waves his bat around, supporting those Northwestern batting gloves. The 0-2. Finds the outside corner for a backwards K. It's 2 straight strikeouts from the pitcher there, Johnston, that gets the Dock Spiders out of the third base bind. We will move to the bottom of the fifth inning after this. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. Hello and welcome back to Baker Field here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. About to get underway with the bottom of the fifth inning. Andy Archer still in the mound for the Frogs. Dices in a breaking ball that's back to the track, and it's off the wall. Rounding first is the batter, and he gets into second base standing up. It's a windy day out here in Fond du Lac, and that one traveled the ball all the way over, hits the Wisconsin Rattlers, Timber Rattlers sign square in the logo as Tanner Poole tries to make a leaping grab at the track but is unable to. And the leadoff hitter for the Dock Spiders, Alex Schronebaum, squares in and launches the double here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's just the third hit of the day for the Dock Spiders. Leadoff man Thomas Laveno, the shortstop, digs in. So Ronabong 1 for 2 on the day, and Thomas Laveno 0 for 2 on the day digs in. Archer deals in the 1-0, swung on, fouled back, 1-1. The Bullfrogs currently sit at 8th in the South Division, the lowest they've been since they were second to last to start off the season. Archer deals the 1-1. Fastball that runs inside, 2 balls and 1 strike now. They're only ahead of the Wisconsin Woodchucks by 1 game and have 2 games over the Kalamazoo Growlers, who just broke their 11-game losing streak. Archer nods his head, gives a peek over to Ronnebaum and deals. 2-1 offering, finds the zone. A nice breaking ball there from Andy Archer. 9-3 curve. 2-2 count. Wind continues to whip here on this sunny day. The 2-2 pinch outside for ball 3. We move to a full count, 4-3. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, of course, coming to the contest 7-12 on the year. The Woodchucks sit below them in 9th at 6-13. And the Growlers at 4-15 on the season. The 3-2 swung on. Sky high fly ball left side, foul territory, and it is in playable position, but none of the Bullfrogs able to get over there. Aaron Pleshner at shortstop had sprinted all the way over there. to try to make a play on it, but he's unable to. But he runs out of his hat and his sunglasses trying to make the grab. So full count here with a runner at second base. Aaron Pleschner throws his hat back on and glasses and runs back to position. And time is called, obviously. Archer hadn't realized it. He was about to deal in the pitch with Pleschner still out in foul territory. Pleschner gets back in his spot. Archer stands in now out on the mound. The righty out of Georgia Tech comes set. Chucks the runner at second and deals the payoff. Inside, a hit by pitch. Walk for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. I don't think that one actually hit him. I think that just missed him there. But it's ball 4 and runners at first and second now. Zach Plunkett actually, after he gets up, looks over at the dugout and pats his chest, saying that was my bad. Should have called a different pitch, almost to say. So runners at first and second now with no outs on the board. Luke Jerry stands in, the designated hitter. Swings at the first pitch. He sees a fly ball in shallow right field. Second baseman Grant Frazier can't make the play on it. The infield fly throw is made. Rule is made, rather. So Frazier lets it hit the ground, and it's one out on the board. Runners at first and second now after the infield fly. Frazier lost it in the sky, so a good thing there that the for the Bullfrogs that the umpire had called it the infield fly. Of course, no outs on the board and 2 runners in. It just made its way outside of the infield, in fact, as it landed in shallow right field. Nonetheless, the new batter, Oren Vayon, stands in, the center fielder. First pitch he sees is the fastball that runs outside, 1-0. Vayon on the day is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He was one of those 3 strikeout victims in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Archer stands in, checks the runner at second, deals the 1-0. Swung on, found away right side, 1-1. Andy Archer this past season for Georgia Tech would appear in just 7 games, post a 4.82 ERA, and would pitch in just 9 innings with toss 7 strikeouts. He's a Georgia guy through and through from Duluth. And on stands in the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled away right side. We move to 1-2. So 2 runners on here. The Bullfrogs have managed to leave 5 runners stranded already on the day for the Dock Spiders. But with 1 out on the board, the Dock Spiders threatening with 2 on first and second. Archer takes a deep breath, comes set at the hip, and delivers. 1-2 pitch swung on. It's a pop-up into shallow right field. Tracking back into the outfield grass is Grant Frazier, and he makes the grab, backpedaling into the grass here for the second out. I think worth noting here at Herb Baker Field, of course, at the School of Marion College or University. Still yet to figure that one out. We'll get that one to you. But nonetheless, I'd say it's one of the better fields of play. Of course, the Bullfrogs have a pretty good one. I'd probably rank them second best in the South. Of course, behind only Lakeshore, as they have the all-turf field. First pitch that the new batter sees runs low and in the dirt. 1-0. But the field here looks nice. Nice and level. Can't tell exactly what the infield dirt looks like. It looks a little sandy. The only bad thing I could say about the entire complex here. 1-0 pitch finds the zone, 1-1. There's 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on here. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the Bullfrogs lead 3-0 off of a 2-run first and a 1-run second. Have been shut out in the last 3 innings, however. Andy Archer comes set, deals the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that runs well inside, 2-1. A solid job by catcher Zach Plunkett to stop that one from getting behind him. Of course, the thing to keep your eye on here in the next couple of games would be center field and first base for the Bullfrog fans. Of course, Brent Hamilton making a transition over at first base has played solid over the past 2 games. would not record an error, but did look a little awkward out there at first. 2-1 offering, swung on and missed. 2-2. Awkward just in the sense of you can kind of tell that's not his primary position compared to, say, a Willie Bourbon, who looks like a natural over there. But Hamilton getting it done. Hasn't had any scoops or anything that he's had to make thus far. We'll see if he can manage. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A change of speech pitch from Andy Archer absolutely fools Veillon. Swings about 3 seconds too early, and it's the third out up on the board. The Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded. They're now up to 7 stranded batters on the day, and Oren Veillon will walk back to the dugout after his second strikeout in a row. That'll do it for the 5th inning. On to the 6th we go. The Bullfrogs lead 3-0. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Her Baker Field here and the campus of Marian University. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, about to get underway with the 6th inning. Due up for the Frogs is the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Philia, Brad Hamilton, and Zach Plunkett. Philia on the day, 1 for 2, would manage a base hit his last time up in that 3rd inning. Would, however, be stranded after the Brad Hamilton hit that was a skyrocket in the infield, and the shortstop Thomas Levano couldn't get underneath of it as the sun got in his eyes. And then Hamilton would be stranded between first and second after he rounded second, thinking that he was, of course, going to be out off of the pop-up. But nonetheless, Philia digs in here, the newcomer from UC Irvine, playing in just his 2nd game. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. It was the fastball. Lear on the day, 1 for 2, of course, coming into the game, 3 for 4, and in his debut was the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game for the Bullfrogs in their loss against the Rockford Rivets. Of course, a heartbreaking loss for the Bullfrogs. It was a game in which they had the lead going into the top of the 9th. 1-0 delivery, low in the, or below the zone, rather. 2 balls, no strikes. He would record 2 runs, a double, an RBI, and a hit by pitch in the contest, would steal one as well. The 3-0 offering. That one finds the zone after the take sign was put on by Sabo over at third base. 3 balls and 1 strike. Chris Sabo, of course, the 3-time All-Star and Rookie of the Year, standing over at third base. Mike Razami at first. And the 3-1 offering comes in. It's outside for ball 4. And Mikey Philia gets on base for the 2nd time tonight after the base on balls. And Brad Hamilton, the first baseman, will dig in. Hamilton so far on the day, 1 for 1 with a walk, and would be caught stealing, I think, is how it was judged. He's got a run to his name as well. He's coming into the at-bat batting .375. Good for the best on the team, of course, rather than Philia, who's batting .666 off of his few hits that he's had in these 2 games. Who knows? Maybe Philia can keep it up. And there will be a mound visit here from the head coach of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, or rather the pitching coach, and Chuck Thelman. Thelman, maybe? Chuck Thelman, yes, the pitching coach. Sam Lynn's the hitting coach for the Dock Spiders, and Zach Charbonneau. Charbonneau. Some interesting names through and through on this lineup. Normally, or for an example, the Bullfrogs, you look at their lineup, and you don't really need a pronunciation guide, beside for maybe Falia and possibly Wallersheim. Those would be the only two that you kind of have to tell people how to pronounce it. But this lineup for the Dock Spiders, not quite as easy. Anyway, the first pitch Hamilton sees is outside. Runner takes off from first. Throw to second in time. Mikey Falia caught stealing. And it's Nick Fortes' first throwdown of the night. Fila kind of got a late jump over there at first base. But after the base hit, he's caught at second after the attempted stolen base. So now one out on the board and nobody on for Brad Hamilton. 1-0 offering, swung on, line drive left side, foul into the bullpen of the Dock Spiders. Dock Spiders, of course, facing off against the Bullfrogs for the first time this season and in their young Northwoods League career. 1-1 pitch finds the inside of the zone. Hamilton disagreed with it, gave a little glance back to the home plate umpire. 1-2 count here, one out on the board. Clear skies, windy day. The 1-2 pitch swung on, fouled back into the backstop. Will stay at 1-2 as Connor Johnson stays out on the mound for the Spiders out of St. Charles, Illinois. The Catawba College product sends in the 1-2 pitch. It's swung on and missed. Strike three. First strikeout of the day for Brad Hamilton. And we'll bring up Zach Plunkett, the catcher. Plunkett 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a line out over to the third baseman. Plunkett batting just 163 on the season. As mentioned, 0 for 2. First pitch he sees, fastball misses the zone. It was inside, 1-0. Plunkett, of course, sat out this past season at Arkansas University due to a red shirt off of his transfer from TCU. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Plunkett's a Texas guy, in fact. Grew up in Hurst, Texas. When I interviewed him about what he likes about Green Bay, he said, well, it's not Texas. 1-1 pitch, high for a ball, 2-1. Glad to be out of the Lone Star State. The majority of your Texas guys love it there. Call it God's country. 2-1 pitch, swung on, just gets a piece of it. It's a little chopper in the infield, trying to beat out the throw, and it's in time as Andrew Bullock comes off of the bag over there at first base, and it will go down as a hit, actually, for the shortstop there. Plunkett, I think, might have even broke his bat on that one. It sounded weird off of the bat. He gets underneath of it. Just gets enough of it to send it out towards the infield, but doesn't get underneath of it enough to pop it up. So it's a little chopper that just floats over the head of Johnson, falls in fair play. Thomas Laveno makes a barehanded attempt at it, throws it over to first, but the throw was not on the bag, and it might not have been in time either. I think Plunkett might have even ran it out. But nonetheless, it was the 7th hit of the day, the first of the day for Plunkett, and Grant Frazier will come up to the plate. And it looks like it'll be a pitching change as well here on the mound for the Dock Spiders. Runner over at first now, and the new pitcher, number 20, will warm up. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Marian University here at Herb Baker Field. The Fond du Lac Dock Spiders trail the Green Bay Bullfrogs 3-0 here in the top of the sixth inning. The Bullfrogs have a runner over at first base after a sliced ball managed to get Plunkett over to first base. New pitcher out on the mound for the Dock Spiders. It's Jordan Bach out of Sugar Grove, Illinois. He's the hometown boy. Out of Marian University, 0 for 1 on the year, has a 7.56 ERA. This is his sixth appearance in an 8 1/3 inning. Has thrown 3 strikeouts and 3 balls, allowing 15 hits. His last time up against the Woodshucks, he would pitch 1 inning of play, allowing 3 earned runs off of 5 hits. However, it wouldn't matter as the Woodshucks would come away with the victory. First batter that he will face will be Grant Frazier. He deals in a breaking ball that finds the zone, 0-1. Did get the loss against Rockford as he would appear in 1 inning, allowing a 1 earned run and 3 hits. Frazier stands in. The 0-1 delivery to him is low in the zone, 1-1. Frazier's 1 for 2 on the day with a hit and a strikeout, which struck out his last time up in the top of the 4th. Throw back to first. Plunkett slides back in safely. He's not going to go anywhere. Not the fastest guy on the team. One of the more athletic ones, you'd say. He's a guy that played football back in high school. Nonetheless, Frazier stands in, swings his lumber around the 1-1 pitch from Bach, finds the zone, 1-2. So what a great opportunity for him. Doesn't have to go somewhere he's not comfortable with. He's able to stick around at Marian here and pitch for the summer. I'm sure he stays at the same apartment that he does during the school year. 1-2 pitch outside. Zach Plunkett slides back in safely. The catcher, Nick Fortes, appeals down to first base, but Frazier doesn't go around. 2-2 count here with 2 outs on the board and a Plunkett over at first. So Jordan Bach, the righty, comes set on the mound for the Dock Spiders. 2-2 pitch swung on. It's a blooper over to first base. Andrew Bullock actually drops it off the slow grounder, but it's right to him, so he just easily picks it back up and steps on the bag for the 3rd out. Bullfrogs leave 1 stranded. That'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. To the bottom half we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative, where many of the services are low cost or no cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecor Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University, where the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders call home. We're about to get underway with the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Green Bay Bullfrogs have a 3-0 lead over the Dock Spiders. Due up for the Dock Spiders will be Nick Fortes, Colton Neal, and Chris Cornelius. I can't find my notes here. I think it is Nick Fortes digging in. Andrew Bullock ended things out in the bottom half, and digging in fact, is Nick Fortes. Of course, Bullock, the first baseman, was out on the last inning. Nonetheless, Fortes stands in. The catcher, 1 for 2 on the day. Fortes, the right-handed hitter, out of a school not very close to here, Ole Miss. First pitch he swings at is a fly ball into right center field, and it drops fair out there in shallow right field. Nobody can get there. It's a little pop-up even to right center field. Tracking back is Grant Frazier. He can't make a play on it. There's been a lot of those awkward balls out there in shallow outfield that nobody can get to. The Bullfrogs have a philosophy that they stay out a little farther just in case one's hit well. They'll be able to get there faster, and then they can always just give up a hit here and there. Nonetheless, Archer's first hit he's allowed here in a few innings would allow a hit in the 4th, a hit in the 5th, and a hit back in the 2nd. That's the first one of this inning. It's the 4th of the day. The new batter, number 1, Colton Neal, takes a huge cut at the first pitch he sees after the ball and moves the count to 1-1. Colton Neal, 1 for 2 on the day, would get on base his last 2 times up. However, he would hit into the fielder's choice his last time up. The 1-1 pitch swung on, tracking to his right is Falia, and he grabs it for the first out on the run out there in left field. That'll bring up Chris Cornelius, the second baseman, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Nick Fortes stands in over at first. Just a friendly reminder, you can always follow along on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs. And you can also tune in on YouTube and the radio live stream on WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Of course, you can also follow along on Instagram at GB Bullfrogs, as well as on Facebook. Just search Green Bay Bullfrogs. Easy enough. Nonetheless, Neal takes a walk back to the dugout, and Cornelius digs in, swings at the 1-0 pitch, and it falls fair just to the right of the left field line, and they're going to hold up the runner at third, and Aaron Pleschner throws one all the way in from left field. He was the cutoff man, and it's a stand-up double for Joe Bro. Excuse me. Confused here after this 6 innings underway. In fact, it was Chris Cornelius who belts the double and moves 2 runners in scoring position. Now he's at second, and Nick Fortes is at third, and now Joe Bro, the right fielder, digs in. First pitch he sees, swings at it, line drive into right field. As Fortes comes in to score, they're going to keep up Cornelius at second, and Joe Bro slides into second safely, and so now the Dock Spiders have a 1-3 deficit in front of them. Fortes comes around to score here. And the Bullfrogs have some work to do. Andy Archer has pitched a phenomenal 5 innings, but it looks like his day is done as Chris Sabo is going to come out and relieve him after allowing a few hits in a row here. He would allow Nick Fortes to get a base hit, then a double from Cornelius, and then now another double from Joe Bro. Joe Bro standing over at second base now in scoring position, and of course Cornelius standing over at third. He's only allowed one base after getting over to second after his double. So it's 2 straight doubles in a row for the Dock Spiders. And Ronnebaum, the 9-hole hitter, is going to dig in. Ronnebaum, the large left-handed hitter for the Dock Spiders. In fact, Archer's not done. Normally when Sabo comes out, it's the end of the day for any pitcher out there, but Sabo's going to stick with them here. He's allowed just 6 hits in the contest, and now with 1 run on the board. Dock Spiders threatening to add a few more, however, with runners at second and third. Ronnebaum stands in, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a double. First pitch he sees is outside, however, it doesn't matter. In fact, it's a balk. Archer throws a balk, and he is beside himself, and it's a run that comes across for the Dock Spiders. Score now 3-2. So Cornelius will come across and score on the balk, and Abro will move to third. And Ronnebaum didn't have to swing his bat for the Dock Spiders to get a run in. First pitch he sees. Swung on, line drive into left center field, and a run will come in for the Dock Spiders. Rounding first is Ronnebaum. The throw from center field, not in time, and it's the 3rd straight double in a row for the Dock Spiders. It's all tied up here now at Herb Baker Field, 3-3, and Sabo's going to make a Selcom call to the bullpen. Andy Archer's day will come to an end, but tip your hat off to him. He pitched relatively well in this contest. Of course, however, it's a huge bottom of the 6th inning for the Dock Spiders. They're not done either. 1 out on the board, a runner at second. Andy Archer's day comes to a close. He pitched 5 1/3 innings, allowed 6 hits and 3 earned runs. 3 walks on the day and would strike out 5. He will walk back to the dugout, and it looks like it'll be Jake Esp who comes out on the mound for the Bullfrogs, the right-handed hurler out of the University of Villanova. We're going to step aside for the pitcher to warm up. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Sports Stream on WOCO.
Hunter, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here at the Marion University campus. The Dock Spiders have tied things up here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-3 off of 7 hits. They've posted 4 in this inning alone. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs is Jake Esp, the University of Villanova product. This past season for the Wildcats had a relatively solid year, would appear in 21 games, pitching many of innings, tossing 14 strikeouts, and posting a 4.28 ERA. 1-0 deliveries, it comes across inside, 2-0 count. As for the Bullfrogs, comes into the game allowing 8 earned runs in 8 innings on the mound. 2-0 pitch runs outside, 3-0 count now 1 out on the board. That's, of course, with a 8.30 ERA. The 3-0. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 4. 4 pitches from S and 4 balls. Runners at first and second now. That'll bring up the new batter in Luke Majeri after the walk, 4-pitch walk from Jake S. That'll get Thomas Laveno over to first. It's his second straight walk in the contest. He was walked in the last inning as well. Majeri is 0 for 2 on the day. He would hit into the infield fly his last time up. He squares in with 2 runners on. The Dock Spiders looking to take a lead. First pitch he sees from S. Fastball that finds the plate, 0-1. S, a large presence out on the mound. The Bullfrogs use their big guys today. Of course, Archer, he's 6'4" or so, and S stands at 6'5", the 2 tallest guys on the team. S checks the runner at second, gives him another look. Comes home with the 1-0. 0-1, but it's a ball, 1-1. He's appeared in 3 games, has 1 start. He's normally a reliever for Villanova, but was rocked in his lone start of the season. Would pitch an inning and 2/3 and allow 6 earned runs. The 1-1 pitch, outside for a ball, 2-1. In the contest against the Wisconsin Rapids, he would pitch 5 innings of relief, allow just 2 earned runs and 4 hits, would walk 2 and strike out 4, had a solid day, and was pitched in the loss against Lakeshore as well. The 2-1 pitch swung on. It's a line drive into right field, coming around third, and now coming in to score will be Joe Bro, and now the Dock Spiders take a 4-3 lead here off of 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's their 5th hit of the inning, and it comes off the bat of Luke Majeri. He grabs an RBI single to give the Dock Spiders the lead. Thomas Lavino all the way over at third base now, and it's actually Alex Ronabaum who comes around to score for the Dock Spiders. All 4 runs coming here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Dock Spiders look to add on another with a runner at third. Vainon stands in. First pitch he sees, fouls it off, 0-1. So the first batter that Archer sees sends him into outfield for a hit. Time is called. The pitch that would come across would have been in the dirt. Nonetheless, a 1-1 count now we'll stay at 0-1 as the pitch was, as time was called before the pitch. Epps comes set, checks the runner over at first and third. They both take their leads. The wind continues to whip. Epps sends in the 0-1 pitch, and it finds the outside of the zone. 0-2 count now. On deck for the Dock Spiders would be Bullock, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Vainon stands in now. S gives the look over to the runner at first and sends in the 0-2. It's outside for a ball. 1-2 count now with 1 out on the board. Runners on the corners. You're in front of this young crowd. As mentioned, there's some local clubs around the area that have come to the matinee today. On this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt moves the count to 2-2. Bayon out of the University of New Orleans, grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, a transfer from LSU Units. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. A well-needed strikeout for the Bullfrogs there. And it's the second out up on the board as Oren Vainon now has the hat trick. 3 strikeouts on the day. That'll bring up Andrew Bullock. Bullock is 0 for 3 on the day. Bullock out of Western Carolina this past season hit .289 as the designated hitter. Back during his freshman season, it would make the freshman Southern Conference team for his role as the designated hitter when he hit .304 with 16 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it away left side, 0-1. Bullock comes from athletic genes. His dad actually played football for the University of Elon. Runner off from second. The 0-1 pitch outside, and it's an easy stolen base there for Manger. He gets there standing up, no throw from Plunkett. Way to stay on your toes there for Luke Manger, and he's got a stolen base to his name. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Dock Spiders. The 1-1 offering swung on a chopper to the first baseman. Hamilton squeezes it, underhand tosses it to Esp, who makes the play and steps on the bag awkwardly. A nice play over there by the first baseman, Brad Hamilton. I guess you could say the toss could have been a little better, but it got the job done, and 2 runners were stranded here in the 6th inning, but not before the Dock Spiders took a 4-3 lead. They would put 4 runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning and tack on 5 hits as well. That'll do it here for the 6th inning. To the 7th we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on WOCO Sports Stream.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Do you need help organizing your medications? Stop in and see us at the O'Connell Pharmacy about our monthly bubble packing system. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here in Wisconsin on the campus of Marian University. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs, about to get underway with the top of the 7th inning where the Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders 4-3. The Spiders would put 4 runs across in the bottom of the 6th inning off of 5 hits. Due up for the Green Bay Bullfrogs here in this top of the 7th inning will be Alonzo Jones. Jones, the leadoff hitter for the Frogs today, is 1 for 3. Would fly out to left field his last time up, all the way back in the top of the 4th. Just a reminder, you can always tag in on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs for by-inning updates. Jones stands in, now batting left-handed, as the new right-handed hurler, Bach, is out there on the mound for the Dock Spiders still. Watches that one go by for a ball, a 1-0. Swings at the 1-0 pitch, fouls it back into the backstop. 1-1. He stands in, waves his lumber around. The 1-1. Finds the outside of the zone. 1-2. Jones stands back in, sporting the black Franklin batting gloves. Bach Rocks back, delivers the 2-1 pitch. It's swung on, fouled away left side. Evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones stands in, the delivery from Bach. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, finds the zone. A backwards K, what a pitch from the righty out there. He's playing at his home campus of Marian University. That'll bring up Aaron Pleschner, the shortstop. Pleschner 0 for 3 on the day, would get on base due to an error his last time up, and would make it all the way over to third off of 2 stolen bases before being stranded over there 90 feet away. Nonetheless, the righty from San Jose State stands in. First pitch he sees, shows bunt, lays it down left side, charging over to first. Third baseman can't make a play on it, and it's a base hit for Aaron Pleschner. He has been phenomenal at throwing down a bunch this season for the Bullfrogs. Squares away on that one, puts it down the third base line, and it's the 8th hit of the day for the Bullfrogs as Pleschner is able to get over to first without even a throw. The kid's talented, a great defensive player. He's got some speed to him, and he's also got the ability to just throw down a bunt and get over to first safely. Granted, it caught just about everybody off guard, so that helps. Nonetheless, he's now 1 for 4 on the day as Troy Johnson, the designated hitter, stands in. Johnson 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. Johnson, batting .313 coming into the contest. Throwback to first. And actually a balk will be called. 2 innings in a row now we've seen that, as the Bullfrogs would have a balk called against them that would actually score a run. And so Pleschner now over at second base. Didn't even have to steal that one. He gets there because of the balk, and now 1 out on the board and a runner in scoring position at second with a 1-0 count. The catcher comes out to have a word with his pitcher in balk, Nick Fortes, and now jogs back to home plate. Troy Johnson, the Gonzaga product, stands in still, the lefty out of Pollywop, Washington. He stands in, supporting his Gonzaga batting gloves, blue and white. The 1-0. Outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes on the board. 1 out up there as well. On deck for the Bullfrogs would be Tanner Poole and Willie Bourbon in the hole. Johnson stands in. Bach checks Pleschner at second, and he takes off. Swung on, fouled away, left side, 2-1 count. Pleschner confident out on the base path today. 2 stolen bases and managed to get a base hit off of a bunt. Johnson stands in. Open stance. Bach comes set. Checks Pleschner at second. The 2-1 pitch comes in. It's swung on and found away left side. Similar spot from last time. Johnston almost looks frustrated with himself for fouling that one off. Looked like he yelled some profanity after that one. You'd think that normally that would come off of a strikeout, not a foul ball. But nonetheless, he stands back in with a 2-2 count and 1 out on the board. Pleschner takes his lead from second. Bach stares him down. Gives him another look. The 2-2. Swung on, ground ball right side, straight to the first baseman, Andrew Bullock. And he jogs over and steps on the bag for the 3U second out. It's enough, however, to move Aaron Pleschner over to third, so he finds himself standing just 90 feet away for the second time in this contest, as he would get all the way over there in the 5th before being stranded, when Tanner Poole would, or rather Willie Bourbon would end the inning with a strikeout. Tanner Poole is 1 for 3 on the day with a RBI double back in that first inning, and then has struck out his last 2 appearances, the last being in the 5th. So Tanner Poole, of course, in his debut as a Bullfrog, does get a hit on his first day in a Bullfrogs uniform. He's 1 for 3. He recorded his first RBI and double all in the same at-bat. As he hit one out there into right field, manages to get all the way over to second, and Alonzo Jones would come around to score from second base. Tanner Poole's going to dig in now. The left-handed hitter out of Armory, Mississippi. Played for the Mississippi State Bulldogs this past season. A recent transfer from, of course, the JUCO school in Itawamba Community College, where he batted .378. First pitch he sees, fastball that just runs high. Well, it's right across the platter. 1-0 off, 1-0 pitch now. 1-0 count now, rather, I should say. Runners at third base, 2 outs on the board. Bach delivers the 1-0. That one's in the dirt. Nearly gets away from the catcher, Nick Fortes. Count moves to 2-0. Tanner Poole this past summer played in the Southern CBL and was an all-star. He led that summer collegiate league in hits, batting average, runs, stolen bases, and at-bats. An absolutely phenomenal year down there. You can see why he was able to make a move to such a powerhouse of a school in Mississippi State. Nonetheless, he stands in with a 2-1 count. The delivery. Swung on, ground ball left side to the third baseman. He can't make the play on it, and it will fall foul, and Aaron Pleschner comes in to score. Rounding first is Tanner Poole, and he'll get to second standing up. And that ties up the game, 4-4. The third baseman, Alex Ronnebaum, can't make a play on it. It's a hot shot grounder over to the hot corner, and it deflects off his glove and travels into left field. The left fielder, Colton Neal, has to run, chase it down, and throw it back into the cutoff man. But it is a run for the Bullfrogs as they put one up here in the top of the 7th inning. There's going to be a pitching change. Jordan Bach's day is done, and the Bullfrogs have tied it up here in the top of the 7th, 4-4. We're going to step aside for the pitching change. You're listening to WOCO on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in O'Connell Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in O'Connell Falls.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Frogs. About to get underway here again as it has been a pitching change. It's Kyle Huckabee that comes in to relieve Jordan Bach. Huckabee out of Chandler, Arizona. Actually just celebrated his 21st birthday. So happy birthday, Kyle Huckabee. Turned 21 back on June 16th. But nonetheless, out of Chandler, Arizona, he plays his college ball for Eastern Michigan. So far this season for the Dock Spiders is 0 for 3. Has an 11.45 ERA, has appeared in 4 games with 3 starts. Pitched 11 innings, tossing 10 strikeouts and walking 9. His last time up was on his birthday, in fact, and he would pitch 1 inning, allowing just 2 hits and no earned runs. However, would get the loss against Lakeshore in a 4-5 loss, the loss against Rockford in a 6-9 loss, and a loss against Madison all the way back on opening day for a 6-11 loss. First pitch that he throws to Willie Bourbon runs inside, and it's a hit by pitch. Bourbon will get over to base the hard-earned way, and will bring up Mikey Falia. Mikey Falia, so far on the day, is 1 for 2. Was walked his last time up and was caught stealing in the 6th inning. So the right-handed batter out of the UC Irvine digs in. He's a small guy. Of course, listed at 5'10", could easily be 5'9" or so. The righty stands in. The new batter, Huckabee, tosses in a fastball. That's whipping, but it just misses the strike zone. 1-0 count. Huckabee not the biggest guy of sorts either, just 5'10", 175 out there, the junior out of Eastern Michigan. Lefty stands in, staring down Falia. Checks the runner at second and pull. Comes home, pull takes off. Both runners do, in fact. Throw down to second. In time. Willie Bourbon tagged out at second base. Nick Fortes throws him down. Willie Bourbon was late taking off, in fact. I'm curious as if he was given the sign or not. But Tanner Poole took off for third, was going to get there easily. Willie Bourbon about 2 steps behind Poole taking off, and he's caught at second base. Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded here with just 2 innings to go. About to come back with the bottom of the 7th inning here. The Bullfrogs tied up with the Dock Spiders 4-4. It'll be Jake Esp still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on WOCO Sports Stream.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University. About to get underway here with the bottom of the 7th inning. Nick Fortes due up for the Dock Spiders. Jake Esp still on the mound for the Frogs. The first pitch he sees, swings at it, and he just hits it right back to Jake Esp. That was a little confusing. I think it might have hit off the bat 2 times. It took an odd bounce off the bat. It was just a little chopper right back to the pitcher, Jake Esp. And he grabs it and throws it back over to first. I think that might have hit off of the bat and then off of his helmet and then into play is what it might have looked like. But nonetheless, first out's up on the board after Esp underhand tosses it to Brad Hamilton. New batter digs in now for the Dock Spiders. It's Colton Neal. Neal on the day, 1 for 3. Got a base hit back in the second, but his last time up flew out to left. He stands in, watches the first one go by for a strike. The 1-0-1 deliveries grounded right back to Jake S. He has to make a little leap at that one, but he grabs it, jogs over to his left about 4 or 5 feet, and tosses that one over to Hamilton. And just like that, 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Chris Cornelius. Cornelius on the day, 1 for 3, managed a double, and would come around to score in the last inning. Of course, the Dark Spiders would come around and everyone would take a shot at the plate in that sixth inning when they got 5 hits up on the board and 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth. Nonetheless, Cornelius digs in now for the Dark Spiders. Watches the first one run high, 1-0. 1-0 delivery. That one just misses the zone. 2-0 count now. Cornelius stands back in. Jake S. stands in, kicks his leg, sends in the 2-0. It's a fastball that runs well inside. Cornelius just gets out the way of it. 3 balls, no strikes. Cornelius out of Missouri, won that starting job as the shortstop just as a freshman for the Southeastern Conference school. 3-0 offering. That one finds the zone. Cornelius didn't even attempt at that one. 3-1. Out of high school was a honorable mention All-American. And he swings that 3-1 pitch and fouls it off. So after going down 3-0, gets back into it. 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Back in his high school in St. Louis, Missouri, he would break just about every single record the school had. 3-2 pitch, swung on, grounder to Aaron Plesher at short. A long throw over to Brad Hamilton is in time, and Jake S. puts him down in order. That'll do it here for the 7th inning. On to the 8th we go. We're all knotted up at 4. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
At 24/7 well and pump service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at Oconto Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The Oconto Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, about to get underway with the top of the 8th inning where we're all knotted up 4-4. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters. It's Mikey Falia who stands in now. He came up to bat in the top of the 7th, but Bullfrogs would attempt a double steal, and the runner at second would be tagged down in Willie Bourbon. So he's back up here in the 8th. Watches the first one go by, a nice break-in ball from Huckabee, and it finds the zone 0-1. Huckabee Stumstead, the left-handed pitcher. The 0-1 offering swung on a chopper to the shortstop. He might be able to beat it out. In fact, he does. An infield single for Mikey Falia. He's a quick guy. Gets a big high five from the first base coach, Mike Ramazzani. And a base runner's on. It's the 10th hit of the day for the Bullfrogs. And Brad Hamilton stands in now for Green Bay. The team leader in batting average on this day is 1-for-2. Got walked back in the second inning when it would come around to score. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it back into the backstop. 0-1. Filia continues his good play for this Green Bay team. He's now 2-for-3 on the day here in his second game in a Frogs uniform. Hamilton stands in, and they have Filia caught between the bases. He's in a pickle, and he's tagged down by the first baseman, Andrew Bullock. And it's the first down on the board. Filia, of course, getting used to the signs and whatnot here for the Bullfrogs. As, he is a newcomer. I think he was going to take off there, but A nice throw over from the pitcher, Huckabee, and they get him caught between the bags. 0-1 delivery to Hamilton's outside. So there's one out on the board now after the pickoff. And Brad Hamilton is standing in with the 1-1 count. The righty from Kent State awaits. Huckabee comes set at the hip, kicks, sends it in. 0-1 pitch, fouled off, 1-2. The Bullfrogs got on the board first back in the first inning. They would put 2 runs up on the board off of an error and a Tanner Poole double. And then in the top of the second, they would add 1 more. And then the Dock Spiders would have a huge bottom of the 6th inning when they would score 4 runs off of 5 hits. That includes 3 straight doubles in that one. The 2-2 pitch to Hamilton. Swing and a miss, strike 3, second out on the board. And Hamilton has struck out 2 at-bats in a row. That'll bring up Zach Plunkett, the catcher. Plunkett 1 for 3 on the day, as he's hit a lot better than he was at the beginning of the season. Plunkett stands in. The delivery. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Plunkett the righty and waits. 0-1 delivery. Swung on, grounded left side. 0-2. Plunkett stands in. The righty out of the University of Arkansas. The 0-2 pitch, swung and a miss. Strike 3, throw over to first to finish out the dropped ball is in time, and 3 outs up on the board. Bullfrogs leave nobody on, and that does it for the top of the 8th inning. On to the bottom of the 8th we go. We're all tied up 4-4. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University here on Herb Baker Field. The Bullfrogs currently all knotted up with the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher out on the mound for the Frogs. It is number 12, Anthony Eglin out of Trinity College. This past season for the Bantams would post a 3.5 ERA in 9 games. Just as a reminder, you can always follow along on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs for by-inning updates. Follow us on Instagram at GB Bullfrogs, and as well on Facebook. Just Facebook, Green Bay Bullfrogs. Nonetheless, due up for the Dock Spiders, here will be Joe Bro, Alex Ronabaum, and Thomas Levano. Joe Bro stands in now, the left-handed hitter for the Dock Spiders. He comes into the game for the Dock Spiders, posting and I'm trying to find it here. Nonetheless, Joe Bro, as mentioned, comes into the game batting .216 on the season. He's got 8 hits to his name with 5 RBIs. The left-handed hitter out of McLennan Community College. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounded to the shortstop, and Pleschner picks it up, throws it over to first, and it's in time for the first out. So first batter retired here will bring up Alex Ronnebaum, the third baseman. Ronnebaum on the year, or rather afternoon, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. He's having a great day. The 9-hole hitter out of the University of Arkansas. Grew up in Overland Park, Kansas. Left-handed batter, right-handed hurler. A large presence, 6'4", 205. So far this season for the Dock Spiders. Ronnebaum struggling, however, 1 for 1. But as mentioned, having a good day. Getting his 5th and 6th hits of the season. Nonetheless, he stands back in. The 1-0 finds the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike now, 1 out on the board. Nonetheless, he stands in, the lefty. 1-1 pitch from Eglin, outside, finds the zone, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off, left side. We'll stand 1-2 with 1 out on the board here. Bottom of the 8th inning, all knotted up 4-4. Bullfrogs with 10 hits on the day. The Dock Spiders have 8. Bullfrogs committed an error on the day. The Dock Spiders with 2. He stands in. The righty, 1-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball right side, and that will get to the outfield. Grant Frazier, the second baseman, can't get there. Slides to try to keep it from getting into the outfield, but a nice hit there for Ronnebaum. He's now 3 for 4 on the day. Have a day, Ronnebaum. That'll bring up the new batter, and Thomas Levano. Levano so far on the afternoon is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So a runner over at first, and A.J. Lewis will actually come into bat. Number 23, a pinch hitter now for the shortstop. A.J. Lewis having a phenomenal season this year for the Dock Spiders, batting .359 as they make a pinch hitter substitution here to try to get things going in the bottom of the 8th inning. Anthony Eglin stares him down, comes set, the righty. Kicks his leg, delivers. It's a fastball that runs outside. 1-0. Wind blowing from left to right here. And was going out to center field earlier in the broadcast. Nonetheless, the Eglin pitch runs inside low. He gets behind the count 2-0. And so Jake S. Day is done. Eglin comes into the day for the Frogs, supporting a 10.80 ERA off of 5 innings on the mound. He would pitch just 4 with a 0.00 ERA, but then would not have a good day his last time out, however. Unless he stands in and A.J. Lewis stands in. The 3-0 pitch to him is in the dirt, and it's ball 4. And so now with 2 runners on in this bottom of the 8th inning. Luke Mangieri stands in, the designated hitter. Mangieri 1 for 3 on the day. Would grab an RBI single in the 6th inning. Has an opportunity to tack on another RBI here. He's got a walk to his name today as well. And catcher Zach Plunkett will run out to the mound and have a quick word with Eglin after he's let up a hit and a walk in a row. Vayon stands, or rather on deck, Vayon does. He's 0 for 3. Mangieri digs in, left-handed batter. First pitch from Eglin's outside corner finds the zone, 0-1. Mangieri, the sophomore out of Bradley University, made the honorable mention of Missouri Valley Conference as a designated hitter this past season. He awaits the pitch from Eglin. Eglin looks at the runner at second, at Lewis, and comes home. It's a fastball that runs wide, 1-1. One count here. 1 out on the board. Runners at first and second. The delivery. Right across Broadway, 1-2. And Jerry watched it go by. This past season for Bradley University, he would bat 300, which was, of course, good for that Missouri Valley Conference designated hitter honorable mention. He awaits. Anthony Eglin on the mound. Checks Lewis at second and comes home with the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Evens up the count, 2-2 here with 1 out on the board. Bottom of the 8th inning, Doc Spiders threatening to take the lead. This is the first game of a 2-game home-and-home doubleheader. So the Bullfrogs will hop on the bus and travel out to Joanne Stadium for Game 2 tonight at 7, pending this game gets done in a timely manner. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to Grant Frazier at second. 4-6-3 double play. Bullfrogs get out of it. Anthony Eglin got the double play he was looking for, and Grant Frazier flipped it up to Pleschner, who grabbed it and threw it over to Hamilton for the 3rd out. Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded. That'll do it for the 8th inning. We'll move to the 9th. Last shot for the Bullfrogs here in the top of the 9th inning. We're all knotted up 4-4. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University here at Herb Baker Field, the home of the Dock Spiders. Grant Frazier digs in as the 9-1-2 hitters are due. Grant Frazier swings at the first pitch he sees and lines one out into left field for a base hit. That's his second of the day. Frazier is starting to find a groove here in Green Bay. Of course, starting the season, if you remember, batting below .060. But now with 2 hits on the day, he stands over at first base, and Alonzo Jones, the center fielder, digs in. He's 1 for 4 on the evening. Alonzo Jones, the right-handed hitter out of Columbus, Georgia, just finished up his season with the Vanderbilt Commodores, who made it to the Super Regionals. First pitch he sees, runs outside, 1-0. Of course, nearly a completely different team than we saw back at the beginning of this season, with the addition of Jones and, of course, Tanner Poole, who gets the start in right field, and Mikey Filia in left. Jones takes a cut at the 1-0 pitch, but fouls it away right side. 1-1. So it's a 1-1 count here with a runner over at first base. Alonzo Jones squares in. The righty awaits. Huckabee stares him down, throws back to first. Grant Frazier slides back safely. Jones awaits, has just 2 hits on the season. Throw back to first. Frazier gets back safely. Frazier's yet to steal a base this season, but Huckabee's worried about him over there. We're in the top of the 9th inning. It's all tied up 4-4. Huckabee delivers the 1-1 pitch, and it just runs high. 2 balls, 1 strike here. No outs on the board. Grant Frazier stands in over at first. Jones with a hit and a run on the day. Huckabee delivers the 2-1. Swung on. That one's fouled away. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner over at first base. Jones checks the signs from Sabo and stands back in. The Commodore, a freshman All-American back in 2016. Throw back to first. Frazier back safely. Jones also drafted back in the 36th round out of high school by the Chicago Cubs. He stands in awaiting. Huckabee delivers the 2-2, swung on and missed, and launches his bat over into the backstop as well. Lost control of it, a swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying. First time we've seen that in a few weeks. But it's not on the right side of things for the Frogs, however, as Alonzo Jones strikes out for the second straight at bat. That'll bring up Aaron Pleshner, the shortstop, with 1 out on the board and a runner at first. He's 1 for 4 on the night. Throw back to first. Frazier stays. Pleshner with 2 stolen bases to his name as well would steal all the way over to third after, of course, getting on due to the error on the shortstop. He would be stranded there. First pitch he sees, swung on, grounded left side, foul over towards the dugout of the Spiders. Pleshner with 20 hits on the season. He's posted a .285 batting average. 7 RBIs to his name as well. Per usual, the 2-hole hitter for the Frogs this year. We've seen him bat there just about every game. Nonetheless, Huckabee checks the runner at first, stares him down, and comes home with the 0-1. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're all knotted up here in the top of the 9th, 4-4. 11 hits on the day for the Frogs, 9 for the Spiders. Pleshner supporting those white batting gloves, weighs his lumber around. Throw back to first. Frazier walks back. He's not going anywhere. 1-1. The Bullfrogs, the Dock Spiders, coming off a series win against the Lakeshore Chinooks 2-3. The Bullfrogs coming off of a series sweep against the Rivets. 1-1 pitch swung on. Blooper into right field that drops fair. Aaron Pleschner grabs his second base hit of the day, and Grant Frazier will move on over to third base. He swings at a 1-1 pitch and just kind of bloops it out there into right field. The second baseman, Chris Cornelison, running and diving to try to get to it, but unable to make the play. And with runners at first and second base now and one out on the board, Troy Johnston, the Gonzaga University product, will dig in. Johnson's 1 for 4 on the day and is supporting a 10-game hit streak currently. Lays his bat on his shoulder and comes set. Grant Frazier takes the lead from second. Breaking ball finds the zone. 0-1. Huckabee, the left-handed hurler for the Spiders, supporting an 11.45 ERA. Has 10 strikeouts in 11 innings pitched. He comes set at the hip, kicks his leg, sends in the 0-1 offering, and it finds the outside of the zone. 0-2. Troy Johnson this past season for Gonzaga University would post a .323 batting average with 17 RBI during his freshman season. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, second strikeout of the inning for Huckabee. Will bring up Tanner Poole, the right fielder. Tanner Poole so far on the day already with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles in his debut as a Frog. He's got 2 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and he's been struck out twice. And time has been called, and the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with his pitcher and Huckabee after he's posted a solid inning, I'd say. Of course, Frazier gets on with a single, and so does Pleschner, but he's also got 2 Ks to his name in this inning as well, both swinging. And they're going to make a pitching change here in the top of the 9th inning. Stay tuned. Huckabee's day has come to a close. Give him credit. Tossed 2 strikeouts in the contest. But that's the end of the day for Huckabee. The Doc Spiders aren't going to try to give this one away. You're listening to WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athlete organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published a Sideline to Safety Guidelines for youth athletic organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
Hello and welcome back to Marian University. Herb Baker Field here, the home of the Fond du Lac Dark Spiders, and the Bullfrogs are all knotted up with the Spiders 4-4. The Frogs with 12 hits on the day against the Dark Spiders 9. New pitcher on the mound for the Dark Spiders here, it will be Pasco. So far this season has a 0.00 ERA. Has pitched 1 1/3 innings and has 2 strikeouts. He gets called in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs on the board. An opportunity to put the Frogs down and give the Spiders a chance in the bottom of the 9th. We're approached 3:45 here. Of course, the game has to be played in Green Bay at 7 o'clock. Tanner Poole stands in. He's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch he sees, a line drive deep into left field. That bounces off the warning track and hits the wall. Grant Frazier rounding third comes in to score, and here comes the new batter as well. Tanner Poole gets into third safely, and Aaron Pleschner comes across to score for the Frogs. They take a 6-4 lead here in the top of the ninth off of a triple from Tanner Poole. Tanner Poole, in his debut as a Bullfrog, has had an absolute phenomenal day. 3 for 5 with 3 extra base hits. He has 4 RBIs on the day. An absolute phenomenal day for the Mississippi State kid. And the Bullfrogs aren't done. Bourbon stands in. He watches the breaking ball that goes by for a strike, 0-1. Bourbon's got an RBI to his name, and if a hit gets into anywhere through this defense, he'll likely score Poole. The 0-1. Outside for a ball, a 1-1. Bullfrogs with a 6-4 lead now in the top of the ninth inning, and it comes off of a belting line drive from Tanner Poole. It was the first pitch he saw from the pitcher Pasco. The 1-1 offering is fouled away, 1-2. Pasco, coming into the game, had not allowed an earned run all throughout his time out there. Nonetheless, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bourbon stands in, the 1-2 well outside, 2-2. Pasco, the right-handed pitcher out there on the mound, trying to get the Dock Spiders out of this one. As the 2-2 pitch, however, runs inside for ball 3. It's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pasco out on the mound for the Spiders. Bullfrogs threatening to add another. Payoff. Breaking ball finds the zone. A beautiful pitch from Pasco gets the Dock Spiders out of it, but not before Tanner Poole can square away and launch a triple into left field. That scores 2 for the Frogs. They lead 6-4 here. Bullfrogs 3 outs away from grabbing the first win of this doubleheader. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of Marian University here at Herb Baker Field. Due up for the Dock Spiders is Andrew Bullock, Nick Fortes, and Colton Neal. First pitch from Eglin runs inside, nearly clips off the inside elbow there of Bullock. Or rather, Oren Veillon. As it's the 3-4-5 hitters, rather, Oren Veillon, Andrew Bullock, and Nick Fortes. Swings at the second pitch he sees, ground ball to Pleschner, throw to first, in time, beats out Veillon there by a step. First down on the board. Eglin 2 outs away now from snagging the victory. And that'll bring up Andrew Bullock, the first baseman. Bullock so far on the afternoon 0 for 4. After Vayon grounds out to the shortstop Pleshner, he goes 0 for 4 on the day. So Bullock digs in, the left-handed hitter out of Western Carolina. Eglin comes set, kicks one in. Breaking ball that runs low, 1-0. Nick Fortes on deck. He's 2 for 4 on the day. The 1-0 pitch. That one's low in the zone. 2 balls, no strikes here. Eglin trying to finish things out here for the Frogs. Supporting a 10.80 ERA on the season. Has allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk in this one. Takes a breath, sends in the 2-0 pitch. It finds the lower portion of the zone, moves it to 2-1. Anthony Eglin, so far this season for the Frogs, has allowed 6 earned runs, walked 6, and struck out 5. The 2-1 pitch fouled away, evens the count 2-2. Bullock came into the contest for the Dock Spiders, posting a .307 batting average with 15 RBIs. 0 for today. The 2-2 from Eglin. Swung on, ground ball right side. Brad Hamilton makes a backhanded snag at it. Underhand tosses it to Eglin, who snags it and steps on the bag for the 3-1 out. Nice play over there by the catcher turned outfielder turned first baseman, as he makes a backhanded squeeze on it and then underhand tosses it to the pitcher Eglin for the 3rd out. So that'll bring up Nick Fortes as the Dock Spiders are down to their last out here at Marion University campus, Herb Baker Field. Fortes stands in. Eglin, the righty, kicks his leg and delivers. Breaking ball that runs outside and low, 1-0. Eglin stares him down, delivers the 1-0 pitch, fastball, and runs inside, finds the zone. 1-1. Fortes thought that was inside, as he stands back in, grounding the plate with an open stance. The 1-1. Nice breaking ball from Eglin. Looked like it was coming straight for the head of Fortes, and it breaks back in, but it just doesn't find the zone, however. 2 balls, 1 strike now, 2 outs on the board. Bottom of the 9th, Frogs lead 6-4. Eglin delivers the 2-1 pitch. It's swung on and fouled back past the press box here, evens it up. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bullfrogs have a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 out away from escaping this one. Eglin comes set. Roxanne delivers. 2-2 pitch, runs high. And the game will rest on this next pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs supporting a 3-game losing streak. The payoff. That one runs low. And the tying run will come to the plate now for the Dock Spiders, as I get a base runner here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Colton Neal will come in, the left fielder. Neal so far on the season for Fond du Lac is supporting a .281 batting average. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Nick Fortes stands over at first. The lefty stands in, and Neal, the delivery to him. Outside for a ball, a 1-0. Bullfrogs rather on a 2-game losing streak after getting swept by the Rivets. 1-0, runner off from first. It was outside for a ball. Zach Plunkett lets him go. A 2-0 count now with 2 outs on the board. Eklund comes set on the mound now. Takes a deep breath. Checks the runner at second and comes home with the 2-0 pitch. It runs inside for ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls now to Colton Neal after the walk. As there will be some pitchers warming up in the bullpen now for the Frogs. The 3-0 offering finds the outside corner. 3-1 now, 2 outs on the board. Fortes walks back to the bag at second. Neal awaits at the plate. Eglin checks the runner at second, comes home. 3-1 offering, finds the inside portion of the plate. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. It comes down to this pitch. Neal awaits. Eglin checks. Comes home. Payoff. Swung on. Line drive, middle of the field. That will get down for a base hit. And rounding third is Fortes. He's going to come in and score. And it will be an RBI single for Colton Neal. The Dock Spiders now 1 run away. They trail the Bullfrogs just 6-5. Their first run since the bottom of the 6th inning when they posted a 4-run, 5-hit inning. They lead by 1 now with a tying run at first and the walk-off go-ahead run at the plate. And it looks like Chris Sabo will come out and speak with Anthony Eglin. His day might come to a close here. And they will go to the bullpen. Anthony Eglin's day will come to a close after a run comes across. There's a runner standing over at first base, and there's 2 outs on the board. Due up for the Dock Spiders will be Chris Cornelius, who on the day is 1 for 4 with a double and a run. Stay tuned. We're going to step aside for the warm-up. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Darren Kelly.
Bullfrogs from Alabama State, number 10, Darren Kelly.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, home of the Dock Spiders. We got a game here, folks. There's a runner over at first base in the name of Colton Neal. He would belt a line drive to center field that would score Nick Fortes. He stands over at first base, and due up for the Dock Spiders will be Chris Cornelius, the second baseman who on the day is 1 for 4 with a double. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs as Anthony Eglin's day has come to a close. It'll be Darren Kelly, one of the best pitchers for the Frogs this season, and leads the team in ERA currently. Eglin on the year has appeared in 3 games. Darren Kelly rather has appeared on the mound in 6 games for the Frogs. Has pitched 9 1/3 innings and has allowed just 1 earned run. We'll see what he can do here against number 6, Chris Cornelius. Cornelius so far this season for the Dock Spiders is batting .261. He's got 2 doubles to his names and 2 home runs. A home run here would win it. First pitch he sees from Kelly. Fastball that runs outside, 1-0. Cornelius has managed 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs. Darren Kelly comes set, the Alabama State product. The 1-0 pitch runs inside for a strike, 1-1. Kelly's been the guy the Bullfrogs have gone to this season to rely on. He's come into many sticky situations, and all but one time gotten the Frogs out of it. He's got a 1 save on the season. Looking for another. 1-1 pitch outside. 2-1. Darren Kelly, the righty, stands in. Takes a peep at the runner at first. Comes set at the chest. Delivers. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a fly ball into shallow left center field. Alonzo Jones gets underneath of it and snags it for the 3rd out. Darren Kelly grabs the save, and the Bullfrogs improve to 8-12 on the season, defeating the Dock Spiders here on the road 6-5. They put 13 hits on the board and committed just 1 error, and the Dock Spiders put 10 on the board of their own and commit 2 errors. The Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine player of the game is Tanner Poole. Poole had an absolutely phenomenal day, going 3 for 5 with 3 doubles and 4 RBIs. An absolute stellar debut in a Bullfrogs uniform. That'll do it for the game here. We're going to come back with the post-game report after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Hello and welcome back to Marion University campus here at Baker Field. The Bullfrogs grab a victory here in Fond du Lac. They win 8-12 over the Dock Spiders. Excuse me, where did I get that number from? They win 6-5, improve to 8-12, and the Dock Spiders drop to 8-13 on the season. The winning pitcher tonight for the Frogs, Anthony Eglin. Eglin would come in and pitch an inning and 2/3, allowing 2 hits and 1 earned run and walking 2. Darren Kelly would come in and get the 1-out save in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the losing pitcher on the night for the Dock Spiders, Huckabee. He pitches 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and striking out 4. Anthony Eglin would pitch 5 1/3 innings for the Frogs, allowing 7 hits and 4 earned runs, striking out 5, and, of course, walking 3. He had a solid day. Jake S. would come in and pitch an inning and 2/3, allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk, and would have 1 strikeout. Johnson would start the game off for the Dock Spiders, allowing 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and would throw 7 strikeouts on a solid day on the mound for the Spiders. Bach would pitch an inning, allowing 2 hits and an earned run and 1 strikeout. And, of course, ending the game would be Pascal. He would come in and pitch 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, and a 1/3 of an inning, allowing 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Look at the final box score. The Bullfrogs, Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine player of the game, Tanner Poole, 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and 3 and 2 doubles. Troy Johnson would go 1 for 5 with a run as well, and Aaron Pleschner would go 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 stolen bases. Mikey Falia would go 2 for 3 in the contest. He continues his good play in a Frogs uniform. He would be walked as well. Hamilton goes 1 for 3 with a run and a walk, and Grant Frazier, he goes 2 for 4 with a run and a strikeout to his name as well. The best player for the Fun Lake Dock Spiders, no doubt, would have been Ramaban. He goes 3 for 4 with a run and an RBI. That'll do it here in Green Bay. We'll catch you at 7 o'clock as the Green Bay Bullfrogs will have a home game against the Dock Spiders this afternoon in Joe Annie Stadium. We'll catch you there. As always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Frogs baseball. Stay tuned. Thanks for lending your ears. You've been listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Catch you later.
Lets you manage your money 24/7 from the comfort of your home. Apply for loans, check your balances, and even open accounts. Don't waste another minute. Visit snbt.com now to take advantage of all the convenience of our eBranch offers from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.